In a town where the rains had come harder than anyone remembered, and the streets still carried the stains of mud and broken branches, there was a boy who felt as if the world had grown too heavy for him. His family's house had been damaged. His neighbors were busy patching roofs and sweeping water out of their doors, and he sat quietly at the roadside, staring at the narrow current that still rushed through the drains. He had no hammer to fix the beams, no strong arms to carry wood, no voice loud enough to call out comfort. And so he felt smaller than the noise around him, like a shadow people stepped past. One day, with nothing to do and nowhere to belong, he tore a page from an old-school notebook, folded it carefully into a little boat, and on its side he wrote 3 words, "Are you there?" before lowering it gently into the running water and watching it drift away, carried out of sight as though the current was a messenger he could trust. The next day he did the same, and the next after that, each time folding a scrap of paper, writing down a thought or a dream or even just his name, and sending it off like a whisper into the distance. People saw him sitting there, and some laughed softly, calling it a silly game. But the boy kept sending them anyway because something in him believed that paper boats did not just vanish, that maybe they floated farther than the eye could follow, that maybe someone, somewhere would see one. Days became weeks, the floodwaters slowly shrank, but the boy never stopped. Then one evening, when the sky glowed with the last colors of sunset and his hands were tired from folding yet another small boat, a sound came at his door. Slipped under it was a damp and crumpled envelope, inside of which was a piece of paper that smelled faintly of river water. On it were words written in careful, uneven handwriting. "Yes, I am here. I found your boat. Keep sending them." The boy stared at the paper, his heart pounding like the rains had returned, and tears filled his eyes, not because he was sad, but because for the first time in so long, he did not feel invisible. His little folded messages had crossed streets, drains, and waters, and they had reached someone he did not know, but who had chosen to answer. From that day, every boat he made felt different. It was no longer just a scrap of paper, but a bridge between hearts, proof that hope, when released, does not drown. And as he watched each boat drift into the currents, he understood something that would never leave him. No message of hope is ever lost, because the world has its own way of carrying it to the hands that need it most.